For centuries, the word sin has evoked images of guilt, judgment, and divine punishment. We've been taught that sin is a moral offense, a wicked action that separates us from God, happiness, and certainly from wealth. But what if I told you this is a profound distortion of an ancient, powerful truth? What if I revealed that true sin, in its original, mystical sense, has nothing to do with morality, but everything to do with the very mechanics of creation, the mechanics that determine whether you are trapped in the 9-to-5 grind or living a life of financial freedom? Neville Goddard, the 20th century mystic and master interpreter of Scripture, unveiled this liberating truth. For Neville, sin is not a violation of an external moral code. The word sin, from its Greek root hamartia, simply means to miss the mark, or to fail to reach your goal. And in this context, the mark you are missing is the realization of your highest desires, the financial independence, the entrepreneurial success, and the abundant life that your divine self, your imagination, is promising you. When you fail to manifest wealth, it isn't because you are bad or unworthy. It's because you are committing sins against your own imagination. You are misusing the most sacred and powerful force you possess, the creative power that Neville equated with God, in ways that unconsciously, yet deliberately, steer you away from your goal. You are holding the bow, aiming the arrow, and consistently missing the mark of the freedom you crave, instead hitting the target of just enough or stuck. These are not sins of morality, but sins of creative commission. They are mental habits, states of consciousness you cling to, that actively repel wealth and keep you chained to a reality you do not want. They are the 5 fundamental errors in how you use your imagination. 5 errors that, once understood, you can stop committing permanently. Once you see them, you can finally correct your aim and claim the American dream on your own terms. The first and most insidious sin of the imagination is chronic doubt. I'm not talking about a fleeting moment of uncertainty, but a habitual state of disbelief that pollutes every desire. You desire $1 million, but your mind immediately floods with, "But how? That's impossible in this economy. I don't have the right degree. I'll never get out of debt." This doubt, born from the rat race system, isn't just a negative thought. It is a powerful, creative affirmation. It is you, the creative power, declaring, "I am incapable." And your imagination, as the faithful, impersonal servant of your consciousness, must obey. Chronic doubt is a prayer for failure, and it is always answered. It is the mental poison that keeps you stuck, validating the system's belief that only a lucky few get to be free, while the rest must work hard for scraps. It is the very foundation of a life spent missing the mark. Think of a farmer who plants a seed for a magnificent oak tree. But every single day he digs up the seed to check if it's growing, complaining that he sees no progress. This constant disturbance, this doubt, rips the roots apart before they can ever take hold. In the same way, your chronic doubt suffocates every seed of prosperity you plant in your imagination. You never give your desire the time or the darkness of faith it needs to germinate and break through into the visible world. The second sin, closely tied to the first, is the reaction to effects, which I call idolatry of the shadow. This is a sin because it diverts your faith away from the one and only cause, your imagination, and places it upon the effect, your external circumstances. When you allow your empty bank account, your stack of bills, the stock market news, or your boss's opinion to dictate your feeling state, you are committing idolatry. You are bowing down to a shadow. You are declaring, "My reality is what my five senses report back to me, not what I decree in my mind." By doing this, you make yourself a slave to a world that is nothing more than a reflection of your past states of consciousness. Every time you look at that shadow of debt and allow it to make you feel poor or stuck, you are reaffirming that state. You are replanting the very seed of lack you claim you want to escape. This sin is like a king who, instead of giving orders, listens to the gossip of his court jesters, the five senses, and allows them to rule the kingdom. The king, your consciousness, has the absolute power to decree prosperity, but he chooses instead to believe the jester who tells him the kingdom's treasury is empty. And so the kingdom remains poor. You are abdicating your throne to worship the messenger instead of being the message. The third sin is the lack of deliberate assumption. Many people want wealth. They hope for freedom. But they never truly assume the state of consciousness of the person who already has it. For Neville, assuming isn't hoping or wishing. It's not the fake it till you make it mantra you hear in corporate seminars. It is a total commitment of your consciousness, a psychological embodiment of the feeling of the wish already being a concrete fact. It's the difference between looking at your vision board and feeling the thrill of logging into your new business account and seeing the balance you desire. It's the gap between envying a successful entrepreneur and feeling the quiet confidence of making decisions as that entrepreneur. If you desire financial independence but continue to feel and think like someone trapped in the 9-to-5 grind, you are missing the mark. You are failing to build the inner bridge to your new reality. You are leaving a vacuum, and that vacuum is inevitably filled by the continuation of your present state, the state of stuck. Desiring without assuming is like having a detailed business plan for $1 billion company, but never making the first phone call or registering the business name. It's a blueprint without a builder, a dream without the dreamer who dares to live it internally first. Imagine you're an actor. You've been handed the lead role in a blockbuster film, the role of a powerful, successful, and free individual. But instead of becoming that character, studying their mindset, their confidence, their posture, you just keep acting like the struggling extra you were before. The audience, the universe, cannot believe in your new reality because you clearly don't. Your reality can only reflect what you are conscious of being. Success demands that you are the role. You must fully assume the part of the wealthy, free, successful individual now in your imagination before the external world provides the proof. This sin is subtle but destructive. It's not about laziness, it's a failure to understand the power of embodiment. It is the failure to occupy the state of success before the system you were taught to believe in gives you permission. The fourth sin is excessive logic and the need to know how. The human mind, trained by a system that demands a linear, predictable path, go to school, get the degree, get the job, climb the corporate ladder, hates a vacuum. When you desire massive wealth or total freedom, your logical mind immediately starts demanding a resume. Yes, but how will it happen? Where will the money come from? What's the business plan? What's the safe path? This obsession with the how is a sin against your faith in the true creative power. When you fixate on the how, you are essentially telling your deeper mind, the infinite intelligence within you, I don't trust your infinite wisdom. I have to map this out with my limited 9-to-5 trained brain for this to work. You are putting your faith in the system instead of the source. By doing this, you are paralyzing the creative power. You are forcing it to operate only through the narrow, predictable channels that your limited mind can conceive. But true wealth, the kind that creates freedom, almost always arrives through doors you never could have anticipated, through a bridge of incidents that your logical mind would have dismissed as pure fantasy. The sin is precluding these infinite possibilities with your rigid, realistic logic. It's like a child who asks for a complex, amazing gift and then insists on knowing exactly which factory will build it, which truck will deliver it, and the precise GPS route it will take, instead of simply living in the joyous certainty that the gift is on its way. This obsession with the process suffocates the magic and the free flow of creation. Every time your rational mind demands to know the how, it is pulling you out of the state of the wish fulfilled. It is forcing you back into the realm of doubt and limitation. Neville Goddard insisted that the how is the business of the I am, your higher self, not your business. Your job is to define the what and feel the when, which is now. The I am, your own consciousness, already knows the perfect and often most surprising how. The fifth and final sin, perhaps the most insidious, is the lack of persistence in the assumed state. Many people try the method once or twice. They'll do a visualization, feel a glimmer of hope, and then, when their external reality doesn't conform immediately, when the bills are still due and the 9-to-5 alarm still rings, they abandon their state. They give up on the feeling and default back to the familiar, comfortable misery of their realistic limitations. This is a sin because it fails to give the imagination the necessary time to solidify the new reality. It's like planting that seed and then refusing to water it after the first day because a full-grown oak hasn't appeared. Neville taught that the external world has a gestation period. It is slow to conform to your new inner state. During this lag time, your old state will try to reassert itself. It will show you proof of your lack, testing your faith in your new assumption. Abandoning your assumption in these moments is the ultimate sin against your own creative power. It is a declaration that the external shadow, the circumstances created by your past self, has more power than your present creative imagination. You are letting the old programming win. You are choosing to remain a slave to your past rather than becoming the master of your future. Think of an athlete training for the Olympics. They don't just show up at the gym once and then expect to win the gold medal. Every single day, through sweat and discipline, they persist in their training. More importantly, they persist in the mindset of a champion, visualizing the victory, feeling the weight of the medal long before the competition. Their body, the shadow, progressively conforms to this persistent inner commitment. In the same way, your consciousness requires consistent training. It demands persistence in feeling the state of the wish fulfilled until that state becomes your dominant, natural reality. This sin is often disguised as realism or being practical. People say, "I tried that manifestation stuff, but it didn't work." In truth, they didn't persist. They allowed the world of the five senses, the world of appearances, the system, to have the final word. To recap, the five sins of the imagination keeping you from true freedom are chronic doubt, reaction to effects, idolatry of the shadow, lack of deliberate assumption, excessive logic, the need to know how, and the lack of persistence. Recognizing them is the first step toward financial redemption. But recognition is not enough. Now you must learn how to redeem them, to transform these errors in creation into deliberate, intentional acts of power. The redemption of these sins requires no penance or sacrifice. It requires a radical awareness and an inner discipline. It demands a change not in your external actions, but in your state of consciousness. For every sin, there is a divine counterpart, a way out, a technique that, when applied with faith, can completely reverse the flow of your reality and finally unlock the door to the freedom you were born to experience. Let's take the sin of chronic doubt. Its redemption is unconditional faith. Not a blind faith in something external, but a rock-solid, unshakable confidence in the power of your own imagination. How do you build this? You start small. Manifest something insignificant, something you have no resistance to. Neville suggested starting with things like finding a white feather or smelling roses when none are present. These small exercises are crucial. Their purpose isn't to get the feather. It's to provide your logical mind with tangible proof that this law works. Every small, successful manifestation is a brick in the foundation of your faith. When this faith grows from a simple belief into an inner knowing, doubt no longer has anything to grip. You will know that your state of consciousness is the only cause. The second sin, reaction to effects, is redeemed by a withdrawal of attention from the external world. When you see an unwanted shadow, a red bank statement, an unexpected bill, your job is not to fight it, not to analyze it, not to complain about it. Your job is to look away. Refuse to give it your creative energy. Immediately shift your attention back into the theater of your mind. This is an act of true mastery. You are declaring, "You, external circumstances, do not dictate my reality. I am the creator, and I decide what is real for me." This is the true mental fast. You aren't denying a fact. You are denying its power to define you. You are redeeming the idolatry of the shadow by worshiping your divine self, your imagination. Imagine you are a gardener. When you see a weed, the shadow, you don't spend hours analyzing it or complaining about it. You simply ignore it and focus all your water and attention on the rose you want to grow. Soon, the rose flourishes, stealing the light and space from the weed, which withers away. The third sin, lack of deliberate assumption, is redeemed by immersion in the state akin to sleep, S.A.T.S. It is not enough to want. You must assume the state of the wish fulfilled until it becomes your dominant reality. This is an act of embodiment. To do this, Neville recommended the S.A.T.S technique. Every night, as you are drifting off to sleep, relax your body and enter that drowsy, receptive state. In that moment, construct a simple scene that implies your desire is fulfilled. Feel it, live it, until you fall asleep in that feeling. This is the act of planting the seed in the fertile soil of the subconscious. Do not visualize the act of getting the money, as that implies you don't have it yet. Visualize a scene after its effect. Imagine yourself joyfully paying off your final student loan, or having a conversation with a friend, saying, "Remember when we were worried about the 9 to 5? Seems like another lifetime." Feel the relief, the freedom, the normalcy of that new reality. This tricks the subconscious into accepting it as a present fact. The fourth sin, excessive logic and the how, is redeemed by trust in infinite intelligence. You must release the need to micromanage your manifestation. Your job is to assume the state of the wish fulfilled. The how, the bridge of incidents, is the job of the infinite intelligence operating through your imagination. It knows the paths you do not know, the doors you cannot see. When you stop interfering with your limited logic, the universe can unfold its wonders in ways that will leave you in awe. Think of ordering a complex product from a massive online warehouse. You select your desire and hit checkout, your imaginal act. You don't worry about which worker picks the item, which truck will carry it, or the route it will take. You trust the system to deliver the package. Likewise, you must trust the cosmic warehouse of your own consciousness. This trust isn't passive. It is the highest form of action. It's taking your hands off the wheel to allow a far wiser pilot, your divine self, to navigate. Finally, the fifth sin, lack of persistence, is redeemed by tenacious faith. You must continue to live in the state of the wish fulfilled, even when your senses show you the opposite. Your persistence is your most powerful declaration. Every time you choose the feeling of freedom over the fact of your cubicle, you are reinforcing the new reality. Persist until your inner assumption hardens into external fact, until the shadow perfectly conforms to the body of light you have created. To illustrate this, let's look at the story of Claire, a talented graphic designer trapped in a soul-crushing corporate job. Claire was a walking catalog of the 5 sins. She dreamed of launching her own successful freelance business, her desire, but chronically doubted anyone would pay her high-end rates. She checked her empty inbox obsessively, reacting to effects. She wanted to be a successful CEO, but never felt like one, lacking assumption. She spent sleepless nights obsessing over how to find clients, excessive logic. And when a new marketing attempt failed after 2 days, she'd quit, lacking persistence. Exhausted, Claire decided to apply these principles. To redeem doubt, she focused on manifesting one small $100 client and celebrated it as proof. To redeem reaction, she stopped checking her inbox and used that time to feel the gratitude for the major contracts she knew were coming. Every night, instead of visualizing ad algorithms, she assumed the feeling of reading a thank you email from a dream client. She released the how and trusted her creative intuition. And she persisted. The results were astounding. A steady, growing stream of orders began. Clients from unexpected industries, collaborations that fell from the sky. Her anxiety was replaced by a calm confidence. Claire hadn't changed her skills. She had redeemed her imagination.